Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of me playing through Age of Empires 2. This is my first attempt at trying to stream live while I'm doing this, so I'm hoping that's all going to plan. Sorry if there's any hiccups along the way in terms of audio or video quality, that sort of thing. I'll make sure if there are any changes need to be made next time that I'm on top of that. So if you're not familiar with what we're doing here, what we're going to do is I'm going to start off by looking at a saved recorded game from the last time I played, just looking for ways to improve or reasons why I lost the game, things like that. Then we'll move on to playing campaign missions. If I've got time, I might play a single player game and then get into multiplayer games later on. This might be a slightly longer session than I'm used to for a couple of reasons. One is I didn't play last week, and I think the week before. Yeah, I think it's been a couple of weeks since I played, so sorry for not uploading anything last week. And also today is just hosing down with rain outside, so there's not much else to do. So, but anyway, we'll just get into it and just start off with looking at a game that I played a couple weeks ago. I was playing against a guy. I'm not even going to try to say his name, but he was better than me on paper. I think he was rated sort of mid 1700s, whereas I'm like low to mid 1600s, so just sort of beginning to learn how to play the game. My civilization was Goths, that's right, yep. Goths, and I was up against Slavs. And so Slavs is probably a more mobile and probably a stronger civ than the Goths. The Goths can have a strong late game, but it's just getting to late game that's the major issue for them. So that's the thing that I was sort of thinking straight off the bat, was how do I get this to late game. So I'll talk through that as we go on, but I'll just start off by talking about the maps. So his map was quite nice here. Picked it on the side, close wood, sorry, he's got his gold at the back. And some sort of walling options, a little bit open on the front here. But all in all, not a bad map. He went to berries very early. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, we're both sort of beginners here, really. Not a lot of experience with playing the game. I mean, I'm familiar with a few build orders. I wasn't really familiar how to go about building up the civilization with the Goth civ, so that's something we'll see play out as it goes on. The other thing I wasn't particularly happy about was my wood lines. Like this is a pond in it, bit of an awkward shaped wood line. Here we've got another pond with some hills around it, and more ponds over here, so I remember that being a little bit frustrating when I was trying to sort of expand out into the Castle Age and beyond. Was that with the hills and with the locations of the resources, it wasn't the easiest to do that. I had a nice gold though, that was pretty safe. At the moment I'm just scouting around, trying to find all my sheep and resources. It's all going pretty smoothly so far. Bringing in the boar. I forgot that Goths have an attack bonus against the boar, so it's a little bit lucky that I ended up that close to the PC, but gotta have a bit of luck in this game. What's my opponent up to? Scouting as well, he's coming out to find where I'm located by the looks of it. A bit of an interesting build order at the start. I'm not sure if this is something that the Slavs are normally doing. I'm not too familiar with the Slav civilization actually, so let's have a look at their tech tree while we've got some time here. So they're an infantry and siege civilization. Yep. cavalry is okay. It's not the best. I don't get paladin, I don't get camels. Siege. Got some strong siege options, but I never like missing the bombard cannon. The bombard cannon can be quite a useful Imperial Age unit. Yeah, so what else they get? They get farmers working faster. Okay, so that's a big eco civ. Sorry, a big eco advantage. Tracking free, that's not such an important thing. Siege workshop units 15% cheaper. Okay, so it seems like you want to be getting up to Castle Age and Imperial Age as quick as you can and making those cheap siege units. And I was Goth, so not too familiar with the Goths, but I knew that they're an infantry civ, heavily infantry favoured civ. The unique units are also a infantry unit, very resistant to archers. It's got a high pierce armor. So that's something straight off the bat I was sort of thinking about, was getting to that unit and also trying to build up to champions and that sort of thing. So I'll just sort of fast forward through Dark Age, not too much to talk about at this stage. Sort of building up the eco. I can see that my scouting wasn't very good, so that's something I need to work on. I should have been sort of finding where's his resources. Well, firstly, where's his village, and also where are his resources that I should be pressuring. I can see that my build order here has gone really badly wrong. Got 4, 6, 7 food, queuing up more vills. I'm walling up. Yeah, so I think this was a good decision to wall up because I needed to get to a castle as quick as I could, and realized that, you know, I'm more than likely going to be put under pressure before I get the castle up. But this is a lot of sort of idle time for my villagers. Four guys walling up, some guys dying to a wolf here because I haven't loomed up yet. Not the smoothest start for me. I could see us falling behind in score. A lot of that would have been because of my idle scout there for a while. So I've found him. Just trying to find sort of what sort of strategy he's going for and where are his resources. So I'm all walled up within 11 minutes. There's no pressure on me. I ran into the TC there. It's only just building a barracks now. I didn't bother making any militia to put pressure on in Dark Age, but yeah, it's got quite a nice safe eco here. I've made mine safe through walling, but you know, that's precious time lost. See, I'm only, say, a quarter of the way up the feudal age and he's already up into the feudal age, so I'm sure people who are familiar with playing this game have had this feeling before, where, you know, you're playing a better player and that even that fact alone puts you under pressure. You just think, you know, you've got to make this work. You've got to do something sort of extraordinary to win this game. He's making some strange decisions here. If he's making... It's not clear. Doesn't look like he's making any military. He's got resources to pick up the castle pretty soon. And this is, like, he's probably scouted at this point that I'm walling up, just hermiting my eco. So he knows he's not going to be under any pressure. Picked up the castle age. I'm still not quite on feudal age yet. not far away. But yeah, my resources are a mess. Like, I've got nothing going on in terms of getting to Castle Age in the near future. So yeah, this is just build order stuff. I need to do a lot more practice and preparation for having a nice smooth build order. Because really, what I wanted to do was get to feudal age, build a blacksmith and maybe one other building, and then get straight into clicking up to castle age, which is what my opponent did. So he's definitely got a big advantage at the moment. But this is kind of how Goths plays out, as far as I'm aware. Like, you always kind of lose map control and you get behind early. There's no real economic bonuses for the Goths. Really, you're relying on just spamming out infantry in sort of late game. So you fall behind, and then hopefully just with overwhelming the opposition with pressure from military, you can kind of fight your way back into the game. It's an interesting civ, but it's quite kind of a one-trick pony civ as well. It makes it difficult if your opponent puts you under pressure or is just so far ahead of you in terms of economy or the stage of the game. Then it can be, well, I found it quite overwhelming to be so far behind and trying to always having to catch up somehow. So what am I doing now? Building a blacksmith. So I went to stone too early as well. I should have prioritized food and gold, get up to castle, and then go heavy on stone, build the castle as soon as I can in castle age. Opposition's starting to make knights, which is not the worst. I mean, the Goths can just make pikes and halberdiers, so countering knights isn't the biggest problem for the Goths. Should I add this building up already? Yeah, every second I'm still in the castle age, I'm falling way behind this stage. Losing my scout. Still don't think or had I? I'll see what I've actually scouted. Yeah, I didn't scout his buildings. So at this stage I still had no idea what he was making. Which again is not a good position to be in. You want to make sure you know what your opponent's going for. And I don't know enough about the Slavs, and just based on their tech tree, I would have thought he was going infantry or siege, but he decided to go knight. Probably overreacted to this attack. Yeah, Goths don't get stone walls, so it's kind of walling up with houses. Building a second barracks. I guess at this point in time I was just thinking how to counter this. I just need pikes and spears. Getting on the way to affording a castle. Luckily I managed to put down this foundation for the palisade walls before the knights came through. Had enough spears there to kind of put up some sort of fight anyway. One thing I think I've done a good job of is making sure my eco is secure while I'm falling behind, paying attention to where he's trying to break through. Don't have a lot of idly vills, guy's working, but yeah, probably over-invested into spears, given that I'm only seeing like 1 or 2 knights around the place, but I should have been using these to sort of scout around. Yeah, my scouting's been terrible this game. Decided to keep this villager here just because I knew that, you know, he's got knights roaming around. I need to kind of react to any pressure he's putting on the walls so they don't break in. Getting the castle down. I was actually kind of surprised at the lack of pressure he's putting on me. He's got his knights sort of just chilling out in the middle of the map here. It's not what I'm used to. One good thing he's doing is making sure with this map control he's getting the relics in. And the relics are a big deal for the late game. They just give you a slow trickle of gold income, and there's a maximum of 5 relics that can be shared between me and him, and he was just making sure he was getting a lead here or an advantage. Probably realizing that it was going to go late game based on how we were both playing. Still just kind of house walling out this knight here. Castle's nearly up. Starting to bank up some resources, so I should have done one of 2 things. I should have invested into some upgrades. Possibly what I was saving up for was the unique tech the Goths have, which makes them able to produce Huskarls out of the barracks. I'll probably, yeah, that's, I think I just clicked up there, Anarchy. So I'm not banking up too many resources. I've probably got too many on gold, if anything. I only got 3 on gold, so yeah, I probably should have pulled these guys off stone straight away. I don't need to build another castle. Could have just bought another TC, which is what I've done here. He's been very passive. I think that was probably the most surprising part of this. He's sort of letting me get back into the game somehow as Goths. Much prefer his base layout in terms of where he can expand his TCs. I didn't have a nice option for TCing the wood lines. Could have TC'd out here, but it's right on the front of the base. It's not really what you want to do. Even out here isn't ideal. I think long term my plan was to build a castle here to defend the right hand side. That would defend both these golds and the wood line here. But yeah, it looks like with the Slav's strong eco, I was just falling further and further behind here. He started to mix in some skirms. Not a terrible option for him in terms of what he's seen from me. He's just seen a bunch of spears, so that those skirms could attack the spearmen while the knights sort of run through and do the damage to the eco. I definitely should have made some more attempt at scouting. I just have no idea what's happening in 80% of the map here. So this is definitely something I'm thinking of working on this week. Let's fast forward through this bit. Just building up army. So I'm making Huskarls. Probably not the best decision right now. I think not 100% sure. I think I was just thinking I'll counterattack the eco, and because they're such resistant to pierce armor, each of these Huskarls has 8 pierce armor already. I was just thinking, you know, they could do a bit of damage to the eco. I don't think I scouted this in time. Should have seen that and reacted earlier. I think it was only now that I would have realised there's a problem. So he's building a castle exactly where I wanted to build mine. Pulled my bills away. Make sure I wasn't losing eco unnecessarily. Yeah, this is where I really started to feel the pressure. Like, you never want to see a castle in your face like that when you know you're already behind the game. It's got a huge army compared to me. I've only got 8 spears. Actually, yeah, I was starting to build up a decent army with Huskarls. So, yeah, one other thing I need to really look at is resource, making sure my resources are balanced. Like, I've got a whole lot of stone floating, got about 1,000 wood, so I should have been dropping more farms, dropping more mining camps, trying to take in the gold, work my way up to the Imperial Age. Where is he in terms of his progress? So he's got 110 pop, decent distribution of resources. I've got 75 pop, so that's how far behind I was at this stage. So yep, definitely he's a better player than I am in terms of just managing his eco. I was on the counter attack here. Probably didn't see this coming, because he was putting me under a decent amount of pressure here. Immediately sends his knights back to deal with my army. I was kind of happy with this, but I probably stayed here for about 20 seconds too long. Because now it's looking like I'm not going to save any of my Huskarls. Huskarls aren't good, well then they don't really put up a good fight against knights. Starting to pressure me with siege. Makes sense for Slavs. Skirms were annoying, but I had to counter the skirms with the Huskarls. My main concern were the knights. So I had a counter to the knights and a counter to the skirms, so at this stage I was still feeling like I had a chance. Just needed to kind of get my army in the right position. See, his army is completely out of position here. They shouldn't have anything to do with Huskarls. My Huskarls will just ruin these. They chased him away. Still had this knight kind of annoying me over here. I should have dealt with that a long time ago. Okay, so I'm at 57 pop, at 95 pop. So yeah, he's still way ahead of me in terms of the game position, which is obvious from the score as well. Yeah, this castle was really annoying because I had no way of expanding my eco this way, and then the options for expanding this way were also not very good. Using some eco here. I think at this point I was focusing on making pikes. You can see the sheer number of knights that he was making. So I think from memory he took some bad fights here for some reason. I think he was trying to look for how to do damage. My army control was decent here. He's making the right unit for the situation. Probably should have committed, especially with if he had all of his army here together, I would have been in big trouble. He was taking very sloppy fights here, the knights. Then he ran out. I was able to mass even more pikes. Yeah, currently I don't have an answer for the skirms, so yeah, my eco is right at the limit because I wasn't focusing on, you know, I had way too much gold, way too much stone, way too much wood, and no food, so I couldn't make any units. Once again, a bad fight here for him. At least this time he has the skirms with him, so the skirms can do some work against the pike. But yeah, he's lost a good number of his knights. Without really doing significant damage. Yeah, this is the thing with Goths, is, you know, you just falling so far behind at the start that it almost feels impossible to get back into the game. I was just so lucky that he was taking really bad fights here with the knights. Mixing in some Huskars to deal with the skirms. Yet again, another really bad fight for him. That's one thing I could be, you know, somewhat happy with, was how I defended there. I mean, it could have been game over for sure if I hadn't had so many free kills with the pikes. But yeah, Zico's so good, he's taking basically my gold here. So the score evened up a hell of a lot there with those fights. So I've got a good amount of army. I'm at 85 pop. He's at 98 pop, so on the way to Imperial Age. I'm still quite a wee way away from picking up the Imperial. Definitely, the eco balance is awful for me. This is probably something that I was just so overwhelmed with defending that I didn't even realize that my resources were in this kind of state. There's no point having resources if you're not going to use them. Not sure what I was thinking of doing here. Probably thinking, oh, I've got a decent army here, I might as well counterattack. These are the kind of decisions you make when you know you're way behind in the actual game position. So he's still essentially making the same units. He's got the skirms and the knights. Presumably are about to become cavalier. Yep, he's researching cavalier. Got some units at home, I'm not sure. His army control wasn't the best. That's the only thing that really gave me a chance in this game. So I think this fight, again, kind of worked out pretty well for me because I was controlling my unit. I obviously wanted the Huskars to be fighting the skirms and the pikes to be fighting the knights. That's what my main focus was on. Kind of got splintered in two. So I had the perfect counter to both of his units. He's probably getting really frustrated at this point because, you know, he should have been winning the game, but he was falling behind a little bit with these fights. Also not a fight he wants to take before he actually gets the Cavalier upgrade. Yeah, that was a really good fight for me again. Should have clicked up the Imperial Age a long time ago. So it's just too invested in the micro of this battle to really pay attention to my eco. Yeah, I could have clicked up to Imperial Age twice over. Probably carried on with this counter attack for too long as well. Probably should have realized that, you know, I'd won that fight. I might as well go back and rejoin my main army with my reinforcements here. Trying to deny this castle. Even though this castle, it doesn't really give him much in terms of map control. I can just go to the left hand side of these trees and attack from there, but he's committed to that castle. I'm about to lose all the army there. I don't think I've... Okay, so I have clicked up the Imperial Age. Food's a big problem for me, like I should have had 10 to 20 more farmers than I did have. Building a castle here. I guess my hope was that I would just have a treb war here, try and win that treb war, push him back. Yeah, I don't think at this stage of the game I shouldn't even have been in the game still, so he's got a heavy tech advantage over me. He's been in Imperial Age for a long time. I should have realized that the main threat at the moment was the Cavalier, so the first thing I should have done when I got to Imperial Age was upgrade the Halberdier. That was a bad decision from me not to do that, but you know, that's with hindsight. Can't believe I didn't deal with this Cavalier the whole game. So the first thing I should have done was click Halberdier. I don't think I did that, and that's pretty much what. Well, not the only thing that loses me the game, but basically means I don't have a fighting chance here anymore. He made some interesting decisions as well, like the ram push. He would have been better off just investing into trebs, I think, because I can't really attack him. He sits here with 3 or 4 trebs and that castle's, and that's going to be gone within a minute. This is a bad fight for me. This is a decision not to do help here really kind of snowballed on me very quickly. I still had Castle Age Skulls. I hadn't upgraded them. I've got no chance against Cavaliers. And yep, I think this is pretty soon. Yeah, and then the next couple of minutes is where I call GG. So in summary, I guess scouting was a weakness, eco balance, and then the decision in early int not to go for a Halberdier. Those are probably the 3 big factors that lost me the game. Yep, so I called GG there. That's it. So yeah, I mean, a lot to learn, and that's what I sort of expected. I was playing a better player on paper, so it was a nice game. I was happy with some of the fights I took, so the KD was not too bad, considering I was at a tech disadvantage for almost the whole game. His eco was much stronger. So I mean, despite the fact that I was way behind, you know, I was still putting up a good fight throughout the game, so that was something I was happy with. But yeah, I just fell behind. I mean, look at this. His army, he must have had, you know, 10 times as much army as I did at this point in time, so yeah. No, that's all good. Okay, so I'm just gonna get straight back into the campaigns. So we've gone through the learning missions and now we're into the Joan of Arc campaign, so up to number 3, so the cleansing of the Loire.
June 14th, Orléans. You are A setback for our enemies, but only a minor one. The British still possess half of France. Tragically, we have cooled our heels for weeks while the Dauphin's advisors debate. Joan became irritated with the delay and reassembled her army. She talks of nothing but her mission to drive the British into the sea. The force of Jean's will is titanic. She has gathered to her banner swearing brigands and knaves and turns them into patriots and heroes. Among them is the man Lahir. A giant clad in plate mail, he drives men on with curses and fists. There will be plenty of British necks for Lahir to break at Patay. Patay is the gateway to the Loire River Valley. The British hold the Loire in a grip of steel, whilst a huge army under Sir John Fastolf devastates the countryside. John leads us to Patay to capture the British castles. However, we must avoid Fastolf's army till we are strong enough to face his veterans.
Destroy at least 3 British castles. Joan must survive. Make sure you have ample siege weapons before assaulting the English castles. The area across the river and to the east should have plenty of resources to begin your town. Across the river and to the east. Okay.
Lahir wishes to kill something.
With these ships, we can cross the Loire River and deal with any British warships we encounter.
I need 5 capacity. Oh, no. Waste. Let's get rid of... I really want to get the villages working as soon as I can. Ugh. Okay, let's see. Just want to make sure big navy to take down my transport ships. Otherwise this is going to be a very early restart.
The blood on Lahir's sword is almost dry. It's going to be a good spot to drop the TC. Seems like a decent spot. Let's get the army over. Alright, let's see where the enemies are. Yeah, transporting units is not the smoothest mechanic in the game, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. Leave it.
Okay, have I got any allies? No, everyone not happy that I'm here. Oh, that's very rude. Ah, such a waste. Actually, I need way more houses. Not used to starting with so many units. Okay, it looks like purple are to the east. As well research wheelbarrow while I'm waiting. Franks. To build up cavalry at some point. Got the Brits to the west. Looks like one of my demos decided to kill a scout. Would have been a pretty brutal death. Burgundy. Maybe they just have towers everywhere. No, this looks like Burgundy here. Alright, I'm a little bit confused. Definitely seems like Burgundy's over here.
Oui, bûcheron.
Okay, I'm being a little bit of a wuss at the start here because I'm not too sure where the enemies are actually. Okay, so this is where one of the British castles is. I have a feeling the pop cap will be 75 again.
Pastisor. Pastisor.
Okay, let's see if I can find orange.
Pirax. Vilain. Pastisor. Bûcheron.
The Burgundy score isn't too terrifying. Probably still want to deal with them relatively early. Just gonna keep building up eco until I get attacked.
Que fait?
I understand kind of what sort of units I'll be up against.
Crier? Assisto. 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 Assisto.
Probably another castle here. By the looks of it. How many castles? 3 castles. It's not to say there aren't more castles around the place, but...
Assisto.
Check. Money in feudal age. I'm not too sure if I can get up to imperial age in this scenario.
Que fait? Vilain. Assisto.
Okay, possibly orange is up there. In the far corner. Okay, seems like I know where all the enemies are. Need to find gold. There's some gold.
Assisto. Crier, l'hiver. Certes. Que fait? Certes. Prêt. Certes.
So I want to get up to castle age fairly quickly.
Pastisor.
Good to know I've got a hole here.
Assisto.
Mineo. Mineo.
Prêt. L'hiver. Crier? Oil. Bûcheron.
They've gone to the castle age and their score's boosted up quite nicely. So I need to get the castle age myself.
Pastisor. Pastisor.
Oh.
Oil. Que fait? Oil. Azot. Que fait? Oil.
Wow, things went from 0 to 100 there pretty quick.
Prêt. L'hiver. Assisto. Crier. Que fait? L'hiver. L'hiver. Oil.
Okay. Say that fight went reasonably well for us, but doesn't make me feel safe at all. Okay. I already have too many pills on wood, I've decided. Be nice to find some stone somewhere. Didn't really do a good job of scouting my starting island. Could be things over there that would be of use, but oh well.
Que fait? Rien? Oh yeah. Certes. Oh yeah. Rien?
Try and find some stone somewhere. Bit of gold, that's probably gonna come in handy. Okay, I'm gonna stop making eco because otherwise I won't have up space. Actually, no, I will try and make more bills. I need to find stone somewhere. Flying my way up to Castle Age, why not? Voila. Okay, that's where I need to go.
Libé. Oil. Bûcheron. 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 Oil.
Okay, I'll hope that they remain undetected for a while.
Que fait?
Make sure I got my eco upgrades. No, I don't have a lot on wood anymore. It's actually quite challenging to balance your eco and make sure you have a right number of villages on each resource at this stage. Because, you know, the max bup's 75, which means you know, you can only have something like 40 villages if you want to have a decent army. So yeah, I can build a PC here. Nope, need more wood. Go for that. They over-invested in food here.
We'll see how your knights fare against British longbows.
Okay. Seems like he's not too happy about the fact that I'm making knights.
Mineo.
No. Just out of habit, I've started making more villages. I have been kind of happy with how quiet it's been. Had that one attack earlier. I'm not going to make more eco, I'm going to make more... Come on guys, it's... sharpen up the army. Need to keep an eye on Joan of Arc as well, I can't afford to lose her. First thing I'm going to do when I can afford it is to buy a castle, to defend from the north here, because I have a feeling that purple is going to be a pain
Okay.
until I eliminate them. Okay, oh, yep. Looks like they're gonna launch another attack fairly shortly. So what I'm gonna do shortly is attack purple.
Okay. Bûcheron. Prêt. Rastisseur.
Okay, I think that fight went pretty well for us. Can't get to Imperial, so once again it's going to be a Castle Age army. So it's going to be Rams, Knights, and some support from the crossbows. That's what I'm going to go for. My little
Pastis sort.
castle here, just to protect.
Ohé, assistant.
Pastis sort.
Don't really need more eco at the moment. I just put over the food. It's going pretty well.
Pastis sort.
Wood. That's the thing I'm struggling for the most. Just gonna heal up there for a minute. Next thing I'm gonna do is get a university. Upgrade a few other bits and pieces, and then we'll get into it.
An army of rams. How quaint.
Pastis sort.
This Festov guy, he's taking the best out of me. See if he likes it when I'm ramming his castles down. Go for it now, actually. Can't bother waiting around for the heal. Damn it.
Épée. Vilain.
This is the end for Burgundy.
l'hiver. Que fait? Da. Cueilleur, l'hiver. Da. Prêt, certes. Prêt, bonne joie. Prêt, l'hiver.
Right. Last I need. Might as well just get this. Make more army.
Que fait? L'hiver.
Right. Let's move on then. I'll start here. I might as well, seeing as this is
Oyel.
closest to where I am.
Que fait? L'hiver. Prêt, certes. Prêt. Que fait? Azon. Cueilleur à la bataille. Azon. Cueilleur à la bataille.
I don't know what's happening, but I don't really feel a threat from the AI.
Cueilleur.
I mean, they've sent in a couple of
Prêt.
attacks,
Certes. Bonne joie.
but we're 45 minutes into the game.
Prêt. Oyel.
I don't really want my Rams out here on their own. Stupid Rams.
Oyel. Certes. Prêt. Prêt. L'hiver. Oyel.
Pastisseur, pastisseur, pastisseur.
Que fait? Prêt. L'hiver. Que fait? Oyel.
Not only that, but I've got a much better army than they do.
L'hiver. Cueilleur. Certes. Cueilleur. Certes. Que fait? Da. Que fait? Oyel. Que fait? Da. Cueilleur. Prêt. Azot.
Ohé.
Verax. Pastisseur. Oyel. L'hiver. L'hiver.
Might have overboomed, considering the lack of actual
Libet. Artisan.
attacks that have come my way.
Artisan.
Cueilleur. Prêt. Que fait? Cueilleur. Oyel. Oyel. Que fait? Certes. Certes.
Going to have to wait for about millennia for the Rams to show up.
Prêt. Que fait? Que fait? Cueilleur à la bataille. Prêt. Certes. Certes. Cueilleur.
Actually, should be very careful with Joan here.
Oil. Certes.
Make sure I don't lose the mission.
Verax.
Methinks this peasant girl should go back to her sheep.
Prêt. Certes.
Certes. Pastisseur, 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 pastisseur.
Prêt.
Minéo.
Que fait?
Okay, we're gonna take down this castle first.
Seigneur, l'hiver. Que fait? Oh yeah. Prêt, cerf, là. Prêt, l'hiver. Prêt,
Pastisso.
prêt, bastisso. Seigneur, fait.
Britons can't really do anything against rams.
Que fait? L'hiver. Prêt.
You're only really doing like 1 damage each
Prêt, cerf.
arrow that it takes.
Que fait? Seigneur, là. Prêt, là.
Make sure the rams are tanking the damage. Here with the knights.
À la bataille, à la bataille.
Pastisso.
Que fait?
The French are attacking our castles.
Que fait?
Correct.
Bataille.
And
Enough of this. I shall deal with Joan of Arc.
Que fait? Oh yeah.
I come for you, Joan of Arc.
Do your worst, you English
Que
fop.
fait? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Prêt, l'hiver.
alright, here we go. Some action.
Que fait? Que fait? Seigneur, là. Que fait? Oh yeah. Que fait? Oh yeah. L'hiver.
As I'll fight under the castle. Oh, no.
Seigneur, l'hiver. Que fait? Oh yeah. Prêt, certes.
Where's he going?
Bûcheron.
Bûcheron.
Que fait? Oh yeah. Seigneur, l'hiver.
Hiver. Oil. Artisan. Artisan.
I die for England.
Okay, carry on.
Oe. Mineo.
That's interesting.
Hey.
Interesting we like
Oe.
subplot.
Pastisso.
Whoa, hey. Hello.
Artisan.
Strange attack.
Hey.
Oyel. Prêt. Oyel. Da. Oyel. Livet.
Right, onwards to the next castle. Damn it, stop losing the rams.
Que fait? Certes. Certes. Que fait? Oyel. Que y a? Oyel. Que y a? Oyel. Certes. Que fait? Bonne joie. Prêt. Oyel. Prêt. Certes. Livet. Oyel. Que y a? Que fait? À la bataille. Assaut. Bonne joie. Bonne joie. Que fait?
Oh man, come on. Ram's pathing is so sloppy.
Que fait? Que y a? Certes. Prêt. Bonne joie. Que y a? Certes. Certes. Prêt. Que y a?
And I just really annoys me when lose rams like that, just because they're pathing around and
With 2 British castles destroyed, we have but 1 more to raise.
Them Brits can't make a castle stronger than their ear.
such a mess. Right, we're just gonna keep moving. Push up towards the final castle. This is kind of annoying me. Might as well just delete that. Really understand what they're doing. Probably just trying to go back and kill my initial base.
Oui.
Yeah, my arm control's been just awful here, to be honest. But there's also been quite a lot going on. Also, like, throwing lots of different units at me at the moment, so definitely making it more challenging.
Effet, Bastissor.
I wonder if I got any other units sort of sitting around. Here. Right, we're just gonna push in for the castle now.
Que fait, certes. Bien. Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Bien. L'hiver. Que fait. Prêt, certes. Que fait, certes. Prêt, certes. Bien.
Once again, let the Rams tank damage.
À la bataille.
I really do hope this works. Go Rams, go! Should be good. Got him. Okay, that was starting to get more tricky towards the end there.
The last of them, the British will be forced to surrender the Loire Valley back to the French. Another victory for Joan of Arc.
We had such a strong eco the whole time that didn't really make too much difference. It's just a matter of getting the army there. I mean, I finished on 49 pops, so I could have kept producing. But yeah, it was only, I don't know where all these units came from at the end. Like, there's quite a lot of pressure towards the end. The rest of the game, there wasn't much happening, so. But yeah, that's definitely been the trickiest one so far.
After Patay, the myth of British invulnerability was dispelled. Now, our army knows it is possible to win, but only if we are resolute and cunning. The British are a most deadly enemy, and their longbowmen time and again have decimated a charge of French knights. To make matters worse, we now face enemies on both sides. The Dauphin's advisors spend more and more time wrangling, jealous of Jean's influence at court. I pray that Jean can complete her divine mission before the Dauphin's envious advisors betray her.
Okay. 263 kills, yeah, so it's pretty dominant from us. Astolf's army was annoying, like they were making Cavalier the whole time, so they out-teched me. So their raids were starting to get annoying towards the end. Yeah, we had it under control most of the time. Probably a good idea to get rid of Burgundy relatively early, so they would stop raiding us. Yeah, red and orange didn't really do much till the end. It kind of picked up in the last sort of 20 minutes or so, but no, it's quite enjoyable. It's quite a long one, so I don't think I'll do another campaign straight after this. I might move into something else, just to keep it changing, so we'll come back for the Rising next time. Okay, so might start with a single player map. What I did last time was I played Arena Mongols on hardest. What I might try to do is just similar settings, but I'll just take a random civ this time. So I do need to learn the new civs and basically the strengths and weaknesses of each civilization. So hardest was quite a challenge last time, and I had a strong civ, so we'll just see what happens this time. Don't need to record it, I think. Yeah, everything else there should be fine. Alright, let's get on with it. Mongols again anyway, okay.
Барилгачин, барилгачин. Амтэн тижээгч. Амтэн тижээгч. Амтэн тижээгч.
Seems a bit of a strange map generation, this one. Not sure if this is open or not. It shouldn't be, but possibly could be.
Захар. Тийм үү? Тийм үү? Амтэн тижээгч.
барилгачин.
Mongols. So, yeah, we're gonna sort of try and aim for getting a castle up, getting Mangadai again. Mangadai siege push was strong last time, so we'll try that again. Nope, don't want that yet.
Захар амтэн тижээгч. Бэлэн байна. Амтэн
Амар
тижээгч.
мэндүү.
Мотчин зүйтэй. Анчин. Би захар за амтэн тижээгч.
Барилгачин, барилгачин.
За захар амтэн анчин. 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 Бэлэн байна. Анчин. Анчин. Анчин.
Амтэн тижээгч.
Анчин.
Taking the boar in early here because Mongols they take food from hunt faster than everyone else, so just something you need to be aware of
Анчин.
in terms of timing your boar lures.
Захар анчин. За анчин. Анчин. Анчин.
Барилгачин.
Almost got the perfect start here for Mongols here inside the walls as well.
Захар. Амар мэндүү. Бэлэн байна. Барилгачин.
Барилгачин.
Захар амтэн тижээгч. Барилгачин.
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 Bad, we shouldn't be housed.
Анчин.
In fact, I might just look up shortly.
захир амтан тижээгч барилгачин тийм үү барилгачин тийм үү амтан тижээгч модчин тийм үү бэлэн байна тижээгч амар минь анчин
Oh, map scouted already. Basically. One thing I need to be careful of is making sure I do get one of the relics. Otherwise, I'll have a hell of a time trying to stop him from getting a relic victory.
барилгачин
Best option.
барилгачин захир
So we'll get out the back here.
уурхачин
барилгачин
Definitely an interesting map gen. Like a big sort of area to expand out the back, which is nice.
модчин барилгачин
би болгоо барилгачин модчин барилгачин
уурхачин за барилгачин
бэлэн байна модчин барилгачин
уурхачин
Reason I'm going so heavily on stone at this stage is I just want to get Mangadai out as soon as I can.
уурхачин барилгачин
He's still Dark Age, so that's really strange. I'm sure here we go, Fuel Age. I was gonna say, I'm sure I chose hardest.
удаачгүй эрхлэгч
барилгачин
Right, last villain, I'll click up. Pretty sure I'll be ahead of him to Castle Age. No, I won't, because I need to build buildings. That's so amateur.
барилгачин
Gee, I'll do that on the way up to Castle Age.
барилгачин хөдөөжмөн эрхлэгч хөдөөжмөн эрхлэгч
Мэдээж хүн эрхлэгч.
Okay, well, probably any advantage I had early on is gone now, because yeah, it would have been nice to click up to Castle Age about a minute earlier than that. Okay, so I'm gonna build town centers out the back here. So expanding the eco is not gonna be an issue.
за уурхайчин
Амьтан дэжэгч. Уурхайчин. Амьтан дэжэгч.
Just wanna make sure I get that relic as well. That's priority number one, pretty much. Just purely because I know the AI will be targeting that. And I have got it on standard victory, so yeah. Definitely need to pay attention to stuff like that.
Мэдээж хүн эрхлэгч.
Probably building a castle somewhere over here would be nice. So I can protect these golds.
барилгачин хөдөөжмөн эрхлэгч
Looks like I'm winning this fight. Should have a stronger eco.
барилгачин
I should try and get 2 relics because they're actually quite close to me.
барилгачин
Go, 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 go. Oh man, I'm so happy about that.
Тийм ээ.
That's hilarious. Should I be greedy? I'll try and go for 3.
Барилгачин. Зүйтэй. Модчин. Барилгачин.
Барилгачин.
Him.
Hey, bolu boy. That's okay. Hey, man.
Go, 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 go.
Hey, man. Hey,
Барилгачин.
moo. Модчин захир. Барилгачин. Барилгачин. Сургаалсанс тийм ээ.
Go.
Амар минь барилгачин.
Okay, what am I worried about with Saracens?
Барилгачин.
I hope they don't go monks, because that's the worst AI.
Барилгачин. Амар минь Тийм үү. Барилгачин.
Hey, bolu boy. Тийм ээ. Барилгачин.
Барилгачин.
Захир. Барилгачин.
Тийм үү. Барилгачин.
Doink. He's about to die.
Барилгачин.
Барилгачин. Захир. Уурхачин. Тийм үү. Барилгачин.
Okay, castle 1 there,
Тийм ээ.
castle 2 here.
Барилгачин.
Тийм үү? Барилгачин.
Барилгачин.
Really happy with how the eco's going.
Барилгачин.
Got too much gold, but that won't be a problem too much longer. But I'm making army.
Тийм үү? Барилгачин.
Барилгачин. За. Модчин. Тийм үү. Модчин. Захир барилгачин. Тийм үү. Барилгачин.
Mangudai are quite hard to fully upgrade as a unit. Like you need virtually every building to max out your Mangudai. Ideally, I'd like to get another couple of castles down. Just so I can keep the Mangudai production sort of maxed out. Okay, I'm feeling good. My score's looking alright. A decent sized army here. I want to also mix in some siege at some point. Top of that, I might start making some pikes. I'm not really sure what to expect here because I haven't seen any indication of an army from him. I feel like I got too many on wood. Might change it up here and okay, I would like to save up for the elite Mangudai upgrade. Still feel like I got far too many on wood.
Захир. Барилгачин. Захир. Барилгачин. Амар минь дөө. Хөдөөчгүй үзүүлж. Захирын байна. Барилгачин.
Okay, I'm a little bit unsure why they aren't attacking. There's just been no real aggression from them. I'm not sure if I selected hardest or not. Pretty sure I did, but at the same time this seems unusual.
Барилгачин.
Maybe it's just the game isn't as difficult as I recall it being when you're on hardest. Oh man, I absolutely hate monks. Wow. This is ridiculous. Okay, I need a backup plan here. start making some skirms. Because I just do not want all of my expensive army to be converted. I'm happy if they throw it away like this though. Ah, such an annoying army to play against. I'm just gonna scream the shit out of them. Oh, no way. Not really sure how this is working out. I think that went pretty well. It's just such an annoying way to play the game. I apologize for the noise, guys. It's annoying me just as much as it's annoying you. I didn't really think this would be an issue, but my goodness. Turns out playing the Saracens is a massive pain. Oh man, it's cancerous, isn't it? Man, this is just ridiculous. But I'm determined not to give up. Right. Just gonna start pushing from here. See if we can get them to attack us for a change. Okay, I think we're slowly but surely getting the upper hand here. Love how strong Mangadai are against the siege units. Okay, well, Not be too far away from calling the GG here. Surely. Okay, well, we're all over him now, so I expect it'll just be minutes away. Here we go. Wow, I've never heard so many conversion noises in my life. Ah. I'm just taking a second to enjoy the peace and quiet. Yeah, really weird base he's built. Got the castles in the back corner for some reason. It's not really where you want to fortify your base. Ah, yeah. Well, I'm expecting to have lost the stat in terms of units converted, that's for sure. Right, so I did most of the work. Killed a lot of units, lost a lot of units. I was wondering why he wasn't attacking, and it makes sense if you had about 40 monks in his army. So I had a much stronger eco. I was slightly slower at the castle age because I forgot to build my 2 buildings. That was a bit of a blooper. Yeah, he had more relics. More villages even. He had more villages and less eco. Yeah, well I saw it, at one point I saw his villagers were like walking from one side of the map to the other all the time, so I think he kind of bugged out on this map, to be fair. That's probably a big thing that contributed to me winning so easily, but yeah, that was a frustrating game. Yeah, sorry about all the noise, guys. It was, yeah, as I said, it was annoying me as well, so. Okay, probably won't do another one of those. What I might do is launch into a multiplayer game. See what we can find on here. Looks like I'm at a similar level to these players, so let's see what they're doing. Random land map, hard difficulty. Who do we need to look out for? Hello, looks like he's about the same level as me, although I haven't played for a while, so let's see. Player 3 is definitely the weakest. Wow. Yeah, that's definitely the worst scenario when you're playing the AI and they just make full monks like that. There's just no way. Like they're microing every single monk, converting every single unit you have. That's
Wood,
why
please.
fairly early on I researched heresy, so my units would die instead of go to like convert to his army.
Wood,
Because if I was also fighting the units that he just converted, I would have lost that game, I think. Not actually sure if the host's here. I don't
no.
think I've heard anything from him. Oh, he said the host is away from his keyboard for like 4 minutes. Yeah. So yeah, like sometimes you just gotta wait around for these, especially when it's like 4v4 sort of situation. Not sure why the host is gone. That's a bit annoying, but it happens. Now, it looks like he's either keen to play a 2v2 or 3v3, so I don't mind. But now everyone's gone. Yep. So I'll join the other game. Nice. What? Everybody has just gone to different games. Black Forest, noob game. Do I want to play Black Forest? I'm not sure. Let's see what happens. If it launches quickly, I'll stay. If it takes a few minutes, then I might just try and find something else. They might kick me out anyway, like my level is quite a lot higher than them. What are these guys doing? Standard resources, 300 pop. I always forget about that. But like my standard game is 200 pop. So anytime there's like more or less than 200, I just, it's a real struggle in terms of balancing how much economy, how much military you need. And also the timing, like when do you start, when do you stop booming, when do you start making military. Black Forest 300 pop, this could be a little bit frustrating, to be honest. Black Forest is notorious for like choke points and people just basically turtling up. Oh, looks like this is what we're doing. Let's hope for a good civ. Huns, yeah, pretty good. Depending on the situation, Huns. Yeah, they don't get strong siege. What? Oh, it's really annoying. Okay, these settings are really weirding me out. Yeah, like I can already see the whole map. I'm not used to that. I'm a pocket player. So Huns obviously strong at cavalry, so that's what I'm gonna be looking for. Make knights, paladins, get a real strong army together. Seeing as I'm pocket, I'm think I was the best player in the game in terms of score. I feel like this should be cruisy, hopefully. Like the last few times I've played online, we've been playing like pretty intense games and it hasn't been working out too well for us, to put it bluntly, so this might be a nice change of pace, really. What have I got? Got Chinese to the left, Mongols to the right, Portuguese. Yeah. Go help out yellow. Another thing I forget about Huns is you don't need houses, so I'm always thinking, oh, build a house, build a house. No, I don't need to. That's one of the things that gives them a real strong advantage, especially on a map like this where we've got 300 pop. It's been a really weak start for me actually. Usually better than this, but right. Looks like a pretty even game. You know, both teams are sort of flip-flopping between the top score and the bottom score, so bad. I should probably look at actually building a wall though, because
Zaza.
my allies will probably be triggered if I let the enemy through. Actually, we'll loom up first.
Zeker.
Амтэн тижээгч. Барилгачин.
Zeker.
And up we go.
Амтэн тижээгчин.
Барилгачин. Модчин.
Барилгачин. Барилгачин.
Барилгачин.
Тийм үү? Модчин. Барилгачин.
Барилгачин. Барилгачин.
Модчин. Барилгачин. Удаачгүй эрхлэгч.
Yes.
Барилгачин. Барилгачин.
Амтэн тижээгч.
Бэлэн байна. Модчин. Барилгачин. Уурхаачин.
Okay, it's looking like it's just going to be a standard sort of build up and campy game that you expect for Black Forest.
Модчин. Барилгачин.
Барилгачин.
Like yellow might be our weakest player.
захир хөдөөжмөн эрхлэгч модчин
I'll need to keep an eye on how he's going. Yeah, so far feeling reasonably comfortable.
барилгачин
Got the castle after the next bill.
барилгачин
барилгачин
барилгачин уурхачин
I mean, if I was red, I would just build a dock and transport units through. You gotta love noob games.
хөдөөжмөн эрхлэгч
Okay, next plan for me is if there's no attacks, is to boom up. So 300 pop, probably build like 3, maybe 4 even TCs.
уурхачин уурхачин тийм ээ зүйтэй тийм ээ барилгачин амар мэндүү
захир барилгачин барилгачин модчин
уурхачин модчин бэлэн байна барилгачин
тийм үү барилгачин
барилгачин барилгачин
барилгачин
барилгачин
Okay, I'll start with a 3 TC boom, and then I'll build a 4th TC when I can afford it.
барилгачин
барилгачин модчин
As in, like, comfortably afford it. Which is already, so...
барилгачин барилгачин
бэлэн байна амар мэндүү барилгачин
барилгачин. Уурхайчин.
Тийм үү? Барилгачин.
Барилгачин бэлэн байна. Барилгачин. Барилгачин. Тийм үү? Барилгачин. 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 Барилгачин.
Барилгачин. Барилгачин.
Барилгачин. Барилгачин. Барилгачин.
Барилгачин. Барилгачин. Толгой. Барилгачин. Барилгачин. Барилгачин.
Барилгачин. Барилгачин. Барилгачин. Барилгачин. Барилгачин.
Oh, we're just booming here. I mean, until I hear an attack signal, I'm not really bothered about doing anything else.
Би болгоё. Барилгачин. 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 Тийм үү? Барилгачин. Барилгачин.
Барилгачин.
Бэлэн байна. Би болгоё. Барилгачин.
Барилгачин.
Уурхайчин.
Уурхайчин.
Not sure what happened there. Maybe just a legit drop or someone just pulled the plug.
Zooter.
Really frustrating when that happens, like kind of ruins the whole game.
Bardachchung. Timo. Bardachchung. Bardachchung.
Okay, I don't think I'm going to build any more eco, especially now that we're up one player and we are the stronger team anyway. So plan is just to make Cavalier and Paladin, and then eventually
Bardachchung.
mix in some
Bardachchung.
heavy cavalry archer as well.
Bardachchung. 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 Timo. Motchung. Zachar. Bardachchung.
Not 100% sure. Like grey, I suppose purple's being an absolute pest over there, so that would explain why they quit.
Yes.
Oorhatching. Oorhatching.
Yes.
Time. Барилгачин.
clearing up space here. Don't need this eco anymore. It's frustrating how slow this is to delete for some reason. Not sure what. I'm just gonna ask yellow. I feel bad doing this, to be honest, but I was getting a bit sick of just waiting around. I was gonna let yellow sort of take him out, but he was just sort of sitting there doing nothing, so... Okay, yeah, probably like from now on I won't play Black Forest because there's not that much to talk about and it's kind of for noobs really. Like, I know I'm not an expert at the game, but this is kind of like stomping people. Like, I don't find it that enjoyable. I'd rather have like a challenging game. Red's hanging in here for some reason, but looks like he's about to give up. Yeah. Okay, sorry guys, I know I went quiet there, but yeah, there wasn't a hell of a lot to talk about. I mean, we were obviously the stronger team, and they had a guy drop pretty early in the game, so I mean, at that point, it's just it's a completely unfair, unbalanced game. So, you know, I was pretty much 100% sure this is what was going to happen after that happened, so. To his credit, I think Purple played well. He was aggressive, and Grey couldn't deal with it, so he resigned early. He didn't have support or something. I didn't really see what happened or what went down over here, but I just saw that Purple had castles and towers and stuff all over the place, so, which I know can be pretty annoying to deal with, but the key is to make sure you identify, you know, they have a villager in your base and that you either kill it or make sure it can't be building castles and that sort of stuff. As soon as you've got a castle in your base and you know you can't address it, then you know you're going to fall behind. I was lucky, I was pocket player, I was under absolutely no pressure at all, and yeah, as I said, I was kind of hoping that Yellow would sort of make an army and have some fun playing red, but I was just waiting and waiting and waiting, and he didn't do anything. So I sort of took over there just to finish off the game, so I didn't want to be sitting around here doing nothing. But yeah, when you're playing noobs, it's nice to kind of let the game play out rather than just going and dominate everyone and kind of ruin the game after 20 minutes. So yeah, that's all good. So yeah, Blue got the most valuable player for their team, and Orange was the most valuable player on our team. It's fair enough, he was doing most of the work. I was sort of just sitting around doing nothing for most of the game. Orange had a crazy number of vills. 217. It's kind of over booming. And he was only making like Hussar as well. It's a little bit strange from him. Civ was he? Mongols. Yeah, you don't want to be making Hussar. I think towards the end he kind of got it together. He was building rams and trebs. A little bit more of a powerful army. Yeah, the opposition didn't really have anything to throw back at us, so yeah, as I said, it was pretty one-sided, so. Alright, well that's probably enough playing for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and tune in again next week if you did. Cheers, bye.